Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with a brand new video, and I'm back with another 4K and Blu-ray haul, and this consists of mostly titles that I picked up from the Arrow new sale that they're doing for Halloween, and also a couple of other releases, a nice big box set, a film that was kindly sent to me by AIM Publicity, and a BFI release of a film that I've never seen before. But anyway, there's a lot to get through, a lot to talk about, so without further ado, let's get into it. Greetings and salutations everybody, hope you're all doing well and keeping safe, and thank you for joining me for another video. As I said in the intro, today we're going to be showing off a load of films that I've recently picked up over the past week or so that have come out on Blu-ray and 4K. Arrow sales in full swing, so I partaked in that and got a few titles, and I've also got a few other titles that I've got to show you as well. So there's a lot to get through. That's more than enough waffling, and let's dive right into things with our first release. Is a BFI release of a film by Sergei Einstein. Yep, I probably butchered his name, but it's Battleship Pokemon, or should I say Battleship Potemkin. Yep, always as a kid I thought this was Battleship Pokemon for some reason. This film is always gracing like the top 100 films of all time. I've never seen it, never really know too much about it, but Amy is a big fan of this film, and she picked this up. She said, oh yeah, we definitely need to see this. This is a great film. And to be honest, I was like, what the heck is this artwork? I mean, obviously this artwork's a little bit odd, but I'm assuming it's of great significance to the film. And the thing that kind of sold me on it was music by the Pet Shop Boys. I do like the Pet Shop Boys music, and I quite enjoyed their film as well. That was also released by BFI. But it says on here, on the blurb, a fixture in the critical canon almost since its premiere, the legendary film about a 1905 naval mutiny was revolutionary in both form and content. Battleship Potemkin is celebrated for its dynamic compositional strength and editing such as frame-perfect precision that's hard not to be swept along. Despite the endless quotation and parody, the set-piece massacre on the Odessa steps still packs a sledgehammer punch. First revealed in 2004 to an estimated audience of 25,000 to a special outdoor screening in Trafalgar Square, Pet Shop Boys score performed with the Dresde Sinfonica, butchered that pronunciation, and orchestrated by somebody, the stickers over it, blends electric beats with orchestra grandeur to create a contemporary cinematic experience. So yeah, from the sounds of it, this is from the USSR from 1925, so very, very interesting. Not a very long film, only 74 minutes, so very intrigued to watch this one. You do get a booklet with this one, it looks like you do. I don't know, it's quite a hefty package, but it does say on here you do get actually CD here as well, which is pretty cool. You get behind the scenes on how the Pet Shop Boys were included with it, loads of documentaries and interviews and stuff, so yeah. Sounds like a really nice packed release. Again, don't really know too much about it, but I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. So that's Battleship Potemkin, and that is 20 quid from HMV, so yeah, very excited to check that one out. That guy's is almost as shocked as me when I found out that Pet Shop Boys were involved. But yeah, next up is a second sight release, and this is a limited edition set. I was going to get this on 4K, but I wasn't sure whether I'd like the set of films or not, so I thought I'd save myself a tenner and get the Blu-ray edition. Yeah, I know, tight git. But anyway, I picked up the Pusher trilogy. Now, this stars Mads Mikkelsen, big fan of him. Always loved pretty much everything he does. I think he's one of the finest actors out there, and this is one of his earlier films. And this is like set like a drug gang drama. And I've heard they're pretty bleak films, but I've heard they're very good as well. Again, don't really know too much about these films, just know that they're like crime dramas and star Mads Mikkelsen. They're also directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, or whatever his name is, and he was the director of Drive, and I really enjoyed that film. I thought it was brilliant. And for gaming fans, he also popped up in Death Stranding as well. But yeah, this is the trilogy of all three films with loads of special features. And as it is a second sight release, you do get a 120-page booklet, you get collector's art cards, and obviously you do get the 3 films as well. So I'm really looking forward to checking these ones out. I think Mads Mikkelsen is in the first 2, I think, not on the 3rd one, but either way, very excited to check this one out. The reason why I got this was because Second Sight has announced that it's just going to get a standard release coming in November or December, and I've seen this about quite a few times now, and I'm like, that's a really nice sound. I wouldn't mind owning it. So yeah, never seen the trilogy before, so if you've seen it, tell me all in the comment section what you think of it. But that is the Pusher trilogy box set Blu-ray, so yeah, very excited to check that one out, and that is one hefty package. So next up is a film that was kindly sent to me by AIM Publicity, and it's a brand new release of a 101 Films release of Helloween. And no, not the band, and no, not that other film franchise, or should I say series, but this is from a director and writer, Phil Clayton, who might be best known for that 2009 film Lesbian Vampire Killers, which was a lot of fun. And he also did a couple of other films as well. He did an early 2000s film called Alone, which I remember quite liking. But yeah, Helloween is a brand new release from him, and it came out this year. And this is set during the whole killer clown craze of like the last decade. If you don't know what killer clowns are, it's like people dressed up as all these horrible clowns. It was a weird time, and like at the time, it was all over the news. But yeah, our whole prospect is, at the height of the killer clown phenomenon, psychiatrist Dr. Alan Marks and investigative journalist John Parker uncover a terrifying conspiracy manifested by a maniacal, incarcerated serial killer called Carl Crane. The guy who plays him, which is this chap here, brilliant, very menacing. I mean, you get from the picture here, terrifying stuff. Plotting an anarchist uprising from his cells deep in the bowels of the Moreton Downs Psychiatric Hospital, with a murderous army of clowns awaiting his signal to kill, Crane escapes and intends on unleashing his vengeance. Ellen and John face a desperate race against time to avert a bloodbath and stop Kane unleashing his own personal hell on Halloween. The opening of this film, the whole gist around this character here is very, very similar to Michael Myers. As a kid, he murdered his foster parents and obviously was sent away. So what did I think of Helloween? You know what? I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty enjoyable time. I thought the guy here was pretty darn creepy and played the role very well. Thought the doctor lady was pretty good as well. Okay. I liked the journalist, so I thought the journalist guy was very good. But overall, I thought the film was pretty darn entertaining. Yeah, the premise of it was really cool, and it didn't really live up to its full potential. And there's like a side story there with the doctor and a kid, and yeah, I wasn't huge on that. But overall, I thought it was entertaining. And also, one of the biggest pluses is that it's only an hour and 20 minutes, so it completely flies by. There's some cool moments, cool kills, and there's some fun special features here. You got commentary with the director, making up the featurette, deleted scenes, and a trailer. Like, in the midst of like horror films to watch over the spooky seasons, I think you could make time for Helloween. It's a pretty darn entertaining, fun little time, and yeah, quite novel, and yeah, very happy to give it a watch. So thanks ever so much to AIM Publicity for sending over a copy of Helloween. It's available now from all good physical media stockists, and a perfect film to watch during this Halloween period. Next up, we have got the Arrow 4Ks and Blu-rays. So first up, I'll go with the single Blu-ray, and this is a film that I've been interested in watching for a little while. I remember being a big fan of Training Day, and I remember Mike from Cinema Axeman, link in the description, said to me ages ago, oh, if you like Training Day, you'll like this one, Pete. And it did get a release this year from Arrow, and that's Narc, starring Jason Patric and the late great Ray Liotta. So very intrigued to check this one out. Unfortunately, it's just the Blu-ray. My local H&V didn't have the 4K, and none of the local ones around didn't have the 4K either. So I thought, I'd just get the Blu-ray. It's still a limited edition. You get your booklet and all that, and you get like the bonus disc. A natural successor to the violent thrillers of the 70s, director John Carahan's breakthrough Narc brings genre screaming to a new era. Setting the standard for modern cop drama with this gritty, unrelenting tone and style. In wintry Detroit, narcotics cop Nick Tallis, Jason Patrick from The Lost Boys, is recovering from an undercover operation gone wrong. In hopes of being assigned to a quiet desk job, he agrees to return to active duty and partner up with Detective Henry Oak, played by Ray Liotta, to investigate the apparent murder of Oak's former partner. As both men become lost in the depths of the case, boundaries become blurred, and their relationship begins to intensely personalized and unsettling suspicious. Ooh. One of the best crime dramas of the 21st century, Narc is back in an intense filmmaking-approved 4K master with brutally immersive Atmos audio and featuring hours of on-set interviews and bonus features. So that's good to see. Yeah, you get a booklet with it, so that's good to hear. And you bonus disc with loads of special features. Quite like that artwork. I think that's not too bad, but I do like the original poster artwork, which is available, obviously, as an alternative artwork. Yeah, very excited to check this one out. As I said, I remember Mike from Cinemax Man said he really enjoyed this film and think I would. So, yeah, very excited to check that one out. So that's Narc. Now on to the 4Ks, quite a few of them. So yeah, I didn't pick these ones up, but Amy did, and yeah, one of them fine. They're both fine films. I'm not huge on them, but they are part of a very important movie series. But they recently got released on Arrow on 4K, so obviously how I get them, and that's Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah. Wonderful films, yeah. I'll talk about Jason Goes to Hell first. First of the New Line ones that came out early 90s, 93, yeah. The Final Friday. This one was quite a weird one. It had a really cool opening with it. I remember liking that quite a lot. And then it got very weird with like Jason possessing everybody with this like weird little creature that you actually see in his eye. Very, very odd film, but kind of enjoyable, even though I remember not being huge on it. Thinking back on it, there was a lot of fun moments in it, and I think it goes for a lot of the Friday films, even like the ones that are not so great. There's still many like really fun and iconic moments in them. Most notably mentioned by Andy from Forgotten World of Movies, link in the description. There's a bit in the diner where he elbows this woman and she's blabbering about, and he goes like this, and then she just, that's how she dies. It's so stupid and funny. So, yeah, that's probably the most iconic scene about this film. And obviously the ending of it, the Freddy glove, teasing Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, had to wait a long while for that film. But yeah. So this is Jason Goes to Hell. Really do like this artwork. It's similar to the American release for the remake. Unfortunately, that hasn't got a release over here. If it did, I would have picked that one up because I quite enjoyed that one. I thought it's a pretty good remake. But here you get two cuts here. You get the theatrical cut and the director's cut. No, the unrated cut, sorry. I don't know whether the unrated cut... Oh, yeah. Brilliant. Both cuts are on 4K because I know some of them you get Blu-ray, sometimes you don't. So that's good to see. I have seen the unrated cut, and that's the cut I probably would watch again. But yeah. Kane Hodder as Jason is really good here. He's obviously the best Jason, and you can tell he has a lot of fun here. He also pops up in a cameo here as a security guard as well. So yeah, that is Jason Goes to Hell. Looking forward to giving that one a rewatch down the line. But yeah, very happy to have it in the collection because the release of them are very nice. And obviously, how to get the other one, how to get Jason X. What is this film? Like, literally after Jason Goes to Hell and like what comes next with Freddy versus Jason, I honestly don't know whatever they were smoking to say, yeah, let's send Jason to space. Sounded like a daft idea on paper and was even dafter on screen, but it starts off quite well. You have David Cronenberg popping up for a brief cameo, which is quite bizarre but very fun. And obviously he gets sent up to this space station that's supposed to be futuristic, but kind of just looks like a Big Brother house from the early 2000s. But It's very cheesy, very over the top. It's got one of the best kills. It's probably got the best kill, that liquid nitrogen kill. So creative. And there is a moment where they recreate Camp Crystal Lake, and that's pretty fun. It goes off the wall, batshit crazy when he becomes Uber Jason, and the way he like dies at the end is just ridiculous. The special effects here definitely are something to be admired, but I don't know. I know people do like this film. It has its fans, and Amy's a big fan of it's definitely not the worst Friday film. It's fine. It's entertaining, I suppose. Maybe I'll rewatch it and enjoy it more this time. Maybe the brilliant 4K transfer will make me change my mind. But hey, we'll have to give it another watch and see what we think. But yeah, again, Arrow's done an absolutely incredible job with these. I think the artwork is stellar. Hopefully they'll release the remake on 4K over here, because I would like that to add to the collection. I do have the 1 to 8 box set that come out by Paramount, the Slim Case one. So all I need now is the remake and Freddy vs. Jason, which, to be honest, I'm not too fussed about that one. I was never a huge fan of it, controversially. Next up is a film that also came out on 4K abroad, but finally got an Arrow release over here. And whilst the Australian releases, I think it's Australian release, looked incredible. It did, with its booklet and big box set. Unfortunately over here it's just a standard release by Arrow, but still looks cool nevertheless, and that's Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. I remember seeing this film years ago on Channel 5 and remembering it being a goofy, over-the-top, fun 80s film. Patrick Swayze being great and just feeling such like a peak 80s film. You had Sam Elliott in it as well. It's been a while since I've seen it, so really excited to give it a rewatch, and what better than in 4K, because I think it'll probably be the same transfer as that Australian release, which looked great apparently. So yeah, this is a limited edition release. You get 2 discs here. You get 4K with the film and loads of bonus features, and another extra bonus disc as well with loads of special features. And obviously you do get your booklet here. You also do get a coaster from the Double Deuce as well, which is pretty cool. It's quite a packed little release, and I'm looking forward to rewatching this film. Really do like the artwork. I think it's perfect. And again, you get the original poster artwork as alternative artwork as well. I'm quite surprised that they didn't bundle that long lost terrible sequel Roadhouse 2 in here, but actually I think a bonus disc full of extras is a better choice. There was the remake, was it last year or year before, with Jake Gyllenhaal, and you know what, I actually quite enjoyed that. I thought it was pretty fun. Not as good as this one, but it's still pretty entertaining. It's a shame that it was stuck on streaming. It's fun, goofy, and it felt like a 90s film. It did. It was a lot of fun, and apparently they are doing a sequel to it, so I look forward to that and seeing what they do with that one. But yeah, this one's an 80s classic. Patrick Swayze, what a great leading guy. And yeah, cannot wait to check this one out. Very happy to have this in the collection, and pretty good in the new Arrow sale. Next up is a film that I do have on Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray box set of it, and they did do a 4K box set of it a couple of years ago in a nice lavish big box set, and I wouldn't have minded it, but the price of it was pretty hefty. I think it was like 70 or 80 quid, and whilst I wouldn't mind it, there's only like 2 really great films in that one. The third one's fine, and I've never seen the fourth one, and the fourth one's supposed to be awful. And then they did like a mini box set with it, like the Psycho one with them in some cases, which again looked alright, but again, pretty pricey. So I saw this one, and this was on offer with a slipcover, and you do get a poster with it, and it's just the original Hellraiser, and I think actually I'm very happy with that. Brilliant film. I really do like it, by Clive Barker. Very creepy. I think the young lady here, Ashley Lawrence, she's brilliant here. You know, you've also got Scorpion here from Dirty Harry as well, playing quite a different role from Dirty Harry, but still very good in here. Very good actor. Very underrated. So yeah, big fan of this film. I really do like the whole style of the Pinhead and the whole Cenobites and their lore. And despite being like a huge present like on marketing and that, he's barely in the film for like 4 or 5 minutes. But yeah, this one is a really good film. It's got a really good villain in it. The person who plays the villain, she's great. What is her name now? Claire Higgins. She's fantastic in this. And you know what? The sequel's pretty good as well. The sequel is a really good follow-up to this. And to be honest, you can watch one of them, but one after the other. I'll tell you what is a really underrated one is when they went straight to DVD from Inferno. That's the first straight to DVD one, and that is really good, surprisingly. It's a detective drama with Cenobites chucked in and with it, but there's some really cool creature designs in it, very similar to the video game Silent Hill. So hopefully Arrow will get some of the other Hellraiser films and release them on 4K or Blu-ray. I'd love a Hellraiser Inferno Blu-ray limited edition, but yeah, for 15 quid I thought that wasn't too bad. You get a poster with it, you don't get a booklet, but still quite a nice release, and I've heard the 4K transfer is pretty good. So yeah, that is Hellraiser. And the final release is a film that I've seen about and I thought this looks a bit weird, and I watched a trailer for it and I thought this looks pretty good. The trailer's selling it, but the film probably is awful. I don't know whether I had the sequel, but they did a one called The Cell 2 or just Cell 2 starring Sandra Bullock. I've never seen it before, but I do have it in the collection. But this is The Cell, starring Jennifer Lopez, Vincent Vaughn, so double V, and Vincent D'Onofrio, guy from Men in Black, and obviously Kingpin in Daredevil. So it says here, his mind is her prison, sublime, grotesque, and visually ravishing. Tarsem Singh's debut feature delivers an extraordinary artistry of his work in music video and commercial as it takes the audience on a journey through the bizarre world of the mind of a killer. Ooh. When a serial murderer falls into a coma with his latest victim still trapped in an unknown location and waiting to die, the FBI turns to psychologist Catherine Dean, very, very convincing Jennifer Lopez, for help. Using an experimental technology, she enters the dark dreamscape of his mind, attempting to learn his secrets before it's too late. But his unconscious is a twisted nightmare, a labyrinth that threatens to trap her inside his terrifying world forever. To save her life, she'll have to risk her own. With a script from the guy from I Am Legend and a supporting cast of Double V and Vincent D'Onofrio, The Cell is a gripping edge-of-your-seat thriller filled with jaw-dropping imagery that will entrance and unsettle in equal measure. Ooh. They definitely know a way to sell these films. So yeah, this is a 2-disc limited edition set. You get the main film on 4K, but you get the director's cut on Blu-ray, which is a bit of a shame. You do get a booklet as well, which is great to see, and obviously the limited edition packaging with the reversible artwork. As well as, again, like Roadhouse, it's a pretty hefty release. But watching the trailer and thinking like, oh, you know what, the trailer looked good, I don't know too much about it, so very interested in checking this one out. To be honest, there's a really good Jennifer Lopez film that would be great for Arrow. It's Out of Sight with George Clooney and her. Great little film, and also set in the same world as Jackie Brown. That would be a great little release for Arrow, so hopefully they could do that in the future, but I digress. That's The Cell, really cool artwork, very excited to watch this one. This was the first one I was instantly thinking of picking up in the Arrow sale, so yeah, very happy to get that. So yeah, that's everything that I picked up over the past couple of weeks and some of the stuff that I picked up in the Arrow sale. There's a few other titles that I'm thinking about getting in the Arrow sale, such as Swordfish and maybe Witness, because I know a lot of people do like that. But so for a quick recap, we have The Cell on 4K, Hellraiser on 4K, Roadhouse on 4K, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X on 4K, Narc on Blu-ray, Helloween, that was kindly sent to me by AIM Publicity and is available now. I'll leave a link in the description down below. The Pusher trilogy from Second Sight, limited edition, very nice. And Battleship Pokemon, or Battleship Pumpkin, Battleship Potemkin, there you go. So anyway, that's everything that I picked up recently. Some really cool stuff there, some great Arrow films and some wonderful limited editions. So looking forward to checking these ones out. So yeah, tell me what you think of what I picked up in the comment section down below. And if you've got any Arrow sale recommendations for me to check out, please do leave it in the comment section down below. As always, thanks ever so much for taking the time for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. You stay safe, take care, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.